Welcome to the Expect Success Podcast, a presentation of GeorgeBollock.com with your host, George Bollock. This podcast is for all things personal development. Don't expect success, prepare for it. Please welcome your host, George Bollock.
Welcome to Expect Success at GeorgeBollock.com. Now, in addition to listening to our podcast, you could also view the video format on YouTube at GeorgeTube.com. Dean Graziosi is a multiple New York Times best-selling author, entrepreneur, and investor. He has started or has been involved in over 13 companies that have changed lives all around the world. For over 20 years, Dean's been dedicated to delivering self-education to those seeking transformation and success outside the normal path of traditional education. Recently, he and Tony Robbins launched the Knowledge Business Blueprint with the goal of making self-education viable for millions. It began with the largest online training in history with over 200,000 people live and has become a movement. Now today, Dean is going to talk about our number one topic, success. Dean says success might be easier than you think. Listen to Dean.
Success is easier than people think. Like, there's a lot of days I'm like, man, when is everybody going to figure out I'm not that smart? I'm just being honest. I literally, for years, I would say, people are going to figure I'm not that smart. I'm just enthusiastic and I have the momentum.
I think, especially online right now with social media, there's the grit. Grit is a big word. Hustler, big word. There's so many people that have grit, and there's so many people that hustle, but they're not working hard and hustling in the right way. So when someone says, working hard gets you success, it really doesn't. It's hard combined with smart, right? And it's the action, but it's smart action. And I believe, and I'm digressing here on purpose, that we all have to pay success tax. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to make more money. But who's willing to pay the price of it? Who's willing to realize that we have to go through the shit to get to the glory? People who think there's the overnight money machines, or you can get rich by inventing something, or the other people got lucky. None of that exists. Once in an outlier, people get lucky. But most of the time, people who made it, man, they all got their asses kicked. They all failed. So here's what I want to share. Don't work on your weaknesses. And as simple as that sounds, I think we're taught by our parents, we're taught in school that get good at what you're not. Right. And I think that's the biggest lie we've ever been told. Trying to get good at things that you don't like to do or you're not good at, all it does is ding your confidence. And for me, as an entrepreneur or someone who wants to go to the next level of their life, there's nothing more you can protect to improve your life than your confidence.
What you focus on is what you become, is what you get. You think it's not going to work out, you think the relationship's not going to work, it just goes in that direction. What's standing between you and your next level of life, what you want, isn't the economy, it's not the fucking president, it's not what the Congress is going to do. It doesn't matter if you live in Kansas City or St. Louis or Phoenix or New York. It doesn't matter if your parents had money, if you went to college. What's standing between you and the life you desire is the fucking story you tell yourself. If you say, I'm not smart enough, then you're not.
So if lack of confidence kills you, then why the hell would we work on things we suck at or don't like to do? Then all of a sudden we're just walking around at 90%.
You can do this. You can go to that next level of life. You can find a way to have more prosperity, to make more money, to have more independence. It's all possible if you decide it is.
That's awesome. Now for more from Dean Graziosi, simply search YouTube and be sure to go to his website, DeanGraziosi.com. His bestseller book, Millionaire Success Habits, can be found at his website and or Amazon.com. I'll be sure to leave a link in the show notes. And remember, as the late great Jim Rohn used to say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Today you've been hanging out with Dean Graziosi. Keep up the momentum. Subscribe to our newsletter so you never miss another episode. We'll catch you on the next show. And thanks a million for listening. See ya.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Expect Success Podcast with your host, George Bollock. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please rate, subscribe, and review. And find more great content online at GeorgeBollock.com and on Facebook and Twitter at George Bollock. We'll catch you next time. And remember, don't just expect success, prepare for it.